Hello, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well. I hope the sun is just shining on you today. It's me, Sheshire, the Devil's Not So Funny Jester, and we're back with some more drawing. So hello. Hopefully you're all doing well. A couple things. Let me just get some music started, and then I can plug in the little adapter there so you can see what I'm drawing, and then we'll get right into it. I know it's been a minute, so sorry about that, but happy to have you all here. Hopefully you're all doing well, and I know for some reason, God, I was quieter on my last stream, and I didn't notice how quiet it was, so I have the gain turned up a little bit now, so it should be much easier to hear me, hopefully. Okay, let's see. Oh dear God, what's the name of the website? I keep forgetting now. Oh, I just remembered. Okay, sorry. Takes me a minute sometimes. There we go. Let me pick something. Teriosi, how you doing? Welcome on in. What is this, a morning time stream? I don't even know what it is. It's all over the place, but I figure I don't know, I just wanted to stream today at some point, and I wanted to stream yesterday, but then something came up, so I figure might as well start it. I know normally I'm a little bit later, but I don't think I've ever done a time slot like this before, so I figured why not give it a shot? At 3:29 less, actually it was funny because I wanted to go live on TikTok because I have a short / physical drawing on paper that I wanted to put out, and I need to do TikTok lives anyway so that I can actually start streaming on there because I need 2 more for me to actually be able to use a VTuber. But then it wouldn't set up properly and my internet crashed, so I wasn't going to test it. I was like, you know what, we're just going to do a regular Twitch stream, YouTube, Kick, those ones are fine. TikTok for some reason hates me. I was going to say, you can see a picture. I have one on YouTube under my posts tab. There's a picture of my progress, but if not, I'll put a short probably tonight. But yeah, no, today we're just going to be doing some more digital stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It just hates VTubers, or me specifically, but it might just be I'm spiritually 87 years old and don't understand technology. Yeah, but hopefully you're doing well. Here, let me play. I'm going to jump scare you. I'm going to play this one more time, and then I'm going to plug in my iPad while I'm doing that. There we go. I didn't give you a heart attack? That's nice. Okay, and also hopefully my volume isn't too bad. For some reason I was very quiet 2 days ago, so I upped the gain on myself this time. It's one thing after the next. I know my volume is like never proper. But yeah, today, what we're going to be doing, drawing some more VTubers. I'm a bit of an idiot, if you haven't learned this already. And I kind of sort of maybe deleted an entire canvas on Procreate by accident. So I'm redrawing that in my own time. But that kind of put back some of my progress, which is whatever. We're going to move on. Nothing you can do about it. I have like a very blurry screenshot at least. I have like the old video, because technically I didn't delete the whole canvas. I just actually cleared all the layers. So I still had the in progress video, and it's like a very grainy pixelated thing. So I at least have some sort of a reference of what was on the page before, but I'm gonna have to redo that in my own time. Figure, you know what? I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about all the time I spent on that drawing. So we're gonna keep working on some other people. So let me pull up the window capture. Here we go. Actually, I can refresh this little guy. Browser 2. Let me refresh and I can open up the chat. And let me select the top chat on YouTube to live chat. There we go. Everything's working fine. Okay, and you should be about 30 seconds and you'll be able to see it on screen. Hopefully that's all right. Air Droidcast. Da-da-da. But yeah, how are we all doing on Sunday? don't know if I like Sundays more than Saturdays. I think that's a bit of a odd opinion, but I think Saturday, I don't tend to get as much work done. I feel like Sunday's oh god, it's almost going to be the week, so it's time for me to get my crap together. Capture, let me refresh this. Perfect. No, open. Open, I'm not going to let you close on me. There we go. So yeah, the thing that I may or may not have accidentally deleted, allegedly, in Minecraft, was this one, which I'd worked on a little bit. There was technically a bunch more, but I have the video on it. I accidentally cleared all the layers because I was duplicating it, and I was going to make just like the same size and all the layers so I could draw something new in the same canvas. Essentially, I was just trying to copy the canvas. So I cleared out all the layers and then didn't realize it was the one I shouldn't clear out. It was the original, not a copy. But luckily, I still had the video, so I took like a screenshot of the video, and I'm like able to retrace it now at least. It's not gonna be the same as before, but it's better than nothing, right? Because I deleted the whole canvas, so I'm lucky I even have a screenshot. I like typed into Google frantically the second I deleted it. I was like, how to get back deleted drawing on Procreate. Thank you, I appreciate it. And I was like, well, Shiza. That is not gonna... Just gonna take some time to redraw, but oh well. So we're doing something new today. We're gonna start Monarch. Let me clear that. Actually, let me see if I can pull up one of the drawings I was working on paper earlier today. Do I have it on this iPad? No, I don't, but I have it on YouTube, so let me pull up YouTube. Come on. There we go. Here. Should be able to see this. If I open, there we go. That's my YouTube page. So like this is a fun little drawing I was working on. It's a little paper one, so that'll be a sneak peek. I'll probably do a TikTok or like a short of this today or tomorrow. I know people are always like, oh my god, if you draw digitally, you must suck on paper, but that's a fun one. Alrighty. So today, Monarch, or Amalee, let me pull up her little reference sheeto. That's Maury. No, wrong person. Amalee. Where did you go? It's Batwoman. Good job, though. You're close. Yeah. Yeah, there's this thing going on. It's just a fun whatever in my personal life, but a bunch of people I know, they were like doing some coloring stuff for Batman characters, and then they asked me to do one, so I was like, okay. And instead of just doing like a coloring page, I'm doing a drawing because I left to make life difficult. So I was like, you know what, I'll do Batwoman. Fun stuff, yeah. So it's just like a pencil sketch. Where the frick? Oh, there we go. There's Monarch. There's Amalee. So something like that. I already have an idea in mind on what she wants to look like, because she does have the armor version anyways. Actually, let me just insert this into the page. It's probably easier. Insert a photo. I'll put that up in the corner. And then I will, you know what, I'm gonna erase the rest of this because I only really need that front view. Let me close this. And then I will also put her kind of like armor version as well. Insert a photo. Voila. Okay, ça fonctionne. Good. Not really good at drawing, but I like coloring. I mean, it's fun either way, right? I used to do tons of coloring back in the day. Like, you just, as a kid, you buy the big coloring books and you could spend like hours and hours filling them out. There we go. And then I'll just kind of erase around the edges here, but it's just like a bit of a look at her with armor, because she already has a canon version anyways, so it's like I don't need to change too much, but I can incorporate a bit of both. Also, let me just make sure that everything is alive and fine, and I can put the chat on screen technically, so let's do that. Let's do Caster Labs caffeinated, open. Come on. We're getting you to load, I swear. I can pull it up and then you should be able to see. There we go. I'm getting the chat on screen now. It'll take a minute, but oh well. Perfect. Okay. Let me just see. YouTube's alive. Everyone there is fine, hopefully. Kick. Everyone's alive. Perfect. Hi, Kick. How you doing? Making sure all my settings are great, and then Twitch is fine as well. Perfect. I realize I should probably change that to a different tab then. That's not great. If I'm window capturing, let's do that so you guys can't see the other stuff. Oops. That's my fault. No. No. Why is nothing working? Come on. I swear to God. Why is nothing working? Nope. No, we're closing this. You guys don't see anything. You don't see the scuff. It's not happening. The scuff isn't real. It can't hurt you. There we go. It's like nothing ever happened. Okay. You ever seen that? Right? Yeah, I'm just over and over and over again. It's like the windows in front, back and forth, like the old barber shops back in the day used to have them. That's probably the only one I can think of. That and elevators used to have mirrors on both sides, and you'd see like thousands of versions of yourself spanning into the distance. That was fun. Okay. So we'll merge that down, and then on the same layer, just kind of figure out the posing. So, head of some sort. Body, maybe some kind of like arm. Unless they have a version with swords and a version without. Or we have her hand something like here, hips like that. It's okay. We're just kind of figure out the posing. So then if I do that, I'm going to lower the opacity on this guy. Take the little drawing tool here. It's okay. It's just the pose right now. We kind of work in 57 million scribbles at a time. So we'll do like a face outline there. And I was planning on doing something a little bit different when the hair, so maybe like combed straight back. We can have like 1 or 2 strands hanging out in front. This would be shoulders, technically. Let me erase this. That's way too thick of a line. So we will thin it out. There we are. And then we can do the hips or something like so. And then we don't need like too much of an action-y pose. With the other people moving, it's a little bit more energy. That makes sense. But we want her to be like calm, reserved. So maybe like standing relatively straight. I don't know if I want to have like sword just at the side going down, or if I want her to have just holding the blade maybe. So we'll leave that. We'll figure that out in a minute. Here I'll do the oldie neck. There we are. Something like that. Ears of some kind. Or probably be here, so I can erase that bit. Let me make the. Oh god, that was massive. Let's shrink the eraser. It's fine. So from there, something like this. I need to figure out how to combine like wizardy robes with armor. So we could, I mean, essentially just base it off of that like armor bit there. Like a big collar. I'm still hesitant as to whether or not I want to have two different versions, one with like a heavy armor and a sword and shield, and one without, or if I just integrate it into the same outfit, basically. It's fine. We'll do that, and then I can have, we'll do like a strand of hair probably here. There we go, something like that. Now, the easiest way to do it is probably give some sort of dress thing. I mean, if we have the kind of butterfly pattern cloak bit trailing off, that is probably going to be the best way. So let me select this guy from underneath, and we're going to shimmy them up a little bit to somewhere like here, and I can erase the layer underneath afterwards, so that's no issue. There we are. Make the layer underneath much lighter. Need to figure out how to incorporate some form of like book into this as well. Okay, we can probably do like armored legs of some form as well. Even if they're under a dress, we'll do some armor. You know what? Or I use this kind of shape here, which is fine. It's okay, this is all going to be a cape anyways. And maybe I go a little bit lighter on the armor then. Because basically the only armor that would work this way is like a breastplate. We're not doing heavy plate mail the entire time. Because if she's the wizard, the only type of wizard that can use armor would be something like a blade singer. And that's medium armor, so nothing like full body, just little pieces here and there. You know what else we'll do? There we go. And then to figure out what I'm doing with the sword, so do I want hand out like this, because I assume right-handed, or do I have the sword out in the other hand and then have the book here instead? I think I'll go with the latter. So I'll have a book here. And there'll be a book like that or something. So from there, trying to think. I can get pictures of her other armor to get references from. There we go. Creative Cookie Collective, hello. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. The name's Sheshire, the devil's not so funny jester. Just doing some drawing today. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I need to pull up another reference of this woman because I need to find another way to incorporate a dress with armor. Meow to you too. Calm down, Teriosi. Don't scare them off. Okay, where the hell is the references? What program are you using? To draw Procreate. It's the only one I know how to use. I feel like I'm like spiritually 80 years old, even though I'm really not, which just means I can't use technology for the life of me. So if I had to learn another program, I would explode. My brain would shut down. Okay, where? I need to get delete. I have so many not unnecessary photos. Alright, so we have this one, which is almost like a leather armor, because we could add that corset bit into it as well. That would work. Yeah, but what we do here is essentially I draw a lot of VTubers, outfits, that sort of thing. Mostly I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, all that sort of thing. A lot of it is just shorts, but sometime soon we're going to be putting out some long-form content where I'm turning VTubers into D&D characters. So if you've seen any kind of like Monarch fan art before, Amalee, if you haven't heard of her, I've done pieces like this. That's Amalee and Lana Lazar, or I've done other drawings with her like this one, which was Emma Frost sort of thing. Take care, Teriosi. We'll see you later. Ciao, ciao. And then other times we just make outfits for people. So this is kind of like an older one, but if you've seen K-pop Demon Hunters, that was VTubers in those sort of outfits. And then I also did like a Valentine's Day one, so we do all sorts of stuff here. But yeah, lots of outfits and designing. All right, and this is another kind of recent one. Yeah, today is sort of more of a sketchy day. And not sketchy as in weird. Sketchy as in I'm sketching. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, happy to have you around. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Oh, come on, I'm sure. You know what? Actually, let me show you some stuff back when I first started doing digital art. It was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, but I remember one of the first things ever. Where was it? I had something like that. The anatomy? Non-existent. And all it takes is a little bit of time, and now we're drawing stuff like, let me pull up. We got stuff like that, Mataracon. Everybody starts somewhere, don't worry about it. But yeah, sit back and enjoy the sound of my schizophrenic voice. Okay. That's not, okay. Madam, contain yourself. So I could, well, we can do the face first. Get a smaller, tinier pen. Get a little bit of an eraser and we'll start to shape them. Okay. The ear is probably somewhere there. And we'll do another one like here. And then we'll start erasing these. We'll do some sort of like, not necessarily bangs, but like slick comb back hair. I could probably make this smaller. Okay, we'll erase this and sort of fix that as well. I feel like if I bring out her snow outfit, she has a lot more volume in the hair than something like one of these, so I could take a look at that one in particular. Oh god, the eraser is huge. Let me fix that. I don't know where I'm pulling this from, but I feel like this is... Oh, you know what it might be? If anyone's seen Fairy Tale, I feel like I'm just subconsciously referencing Aquarius. There we go. We'll erase that. Just do the little hair bits and such. Da, 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 da. Perfect. I can do the eyes and face, but I feel like if I keep going like this, the face will just be hyper detailed, and then I zoom out, and the rest of it is just going to be like really, really messy sketches, but that's okay. Yeah, God, I opened my mouth and accidentally like stuck my tongue out and hit the microphone. Yeah. There we are. I know, right? I just couldn't resist. This is not ASMR. No, it is absolutely not. It's funny. Actually, every time I drink water, I mute myself and I go, you guys are not getting free ASMR. Yeah, I have to set it close to me for some reason. This one is not a sensitive microphone whatsoever, so I have it sat like directly in front of me. And I have to be careful because if I do, I'll like accidentally whack it. Right? But technically that's what I look like there. On the right, Sheshire is the name, and I'm possessing the body of my cat, Grim, so, you know. Sometimes Grim just has cat urges and wants to lick things. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm gonna stop being a freak. Actually, no. Look away, sir. You know what, speaking of, I'm gonna grab some water and mute myself, so I'm gonna play a little animation for you guys. You're not getting free SMR. There we go. You guys heard nothing. I hope not. I didn't actually mute, but oh well. We distracted you. It's like jingling keys in front of a child. I need to redo that animation. It's old. You know, as I get more free time into the summer, we'll start to redo a lot of the old stuff. I am set child. It's actually funny because I don't even know where the jingling keys thing came from, because I've seen other streamers where they have it as a joke, but I don't even remember growing up having like anyone dangle keys or do that sort of thing. Is that an actual thing? Was that a thing that parents did? Really? Oh wow. I mean, I grew up before a phone too, but we never jingled keys. It was either like go outside or go work, get a job, go outside, stay in your room. Right, nowadays you have the iPad children, the iPad generation. Actually, it's funny. I know quite well. I started working at like 13. I grew up where VHS was still a thing, so I know. You can trust me. Okay, I don't necessarily know how to layer this hair, so we'll just kind of leave them like that. You probably played with keys as a very small child? Huh. Interesting. I guess my parents were just weird. No, I had a landline too. Actually, it's funny. I grew up learning how to use a rotary phone. The good old days. See, I'm currently in the 9th layer of hell, but before that I was in Timbuk2, or Timbuk 57 as I like to call it, because god, it was in the middle of nowhere. Or the closest town was like a 2-hour drive. We'll do a line like so. And then we'll do, somewhere here. Fine, they're not going to be entirely even either way, but that's okay. What's that saying? Sisters? No, cousins, not sisters. I'm a woodland troll. It's fine. At least we went outside and saw the sun, touched some grass. Yeah, that was, yeah. People just don't really do. Used to see people like playing outside growing up, and now nobody does ever. Like even I'm finding myself having to like put my phone away because it's distracting. But I enjoy walking. Like even when I used to my work that I'm at, there's parking that's much closer, but I park like a decent amount of way and just walk because I enjoy it. That's, I mean, if we're doing technically, it has to be a more realistic nose. Oops. Because yeah, if this is more of the D&D official art style, everything is a little bit more realistic, so I shouldn't be doing the little tiny anime line. Just started running again this week. It's been nice. Yeah, when I used to work out all the time. You play D&D? Well, actually, I was a DM for years. I watched a bunch of the shows, Critical Role, Let's Plays, that sort of thing, but recently, no. But I was looking to do some more long-form content on YouTube, so I figured why not turn some VTubers into D&D characters, right? But I know all the stuff, right? I had like the player's handbook and the DM's guide, the monster man. Like most of it is memorized. I read a lot, but I just haven't played in a while. Oh, I see. That's fun. Okay. This is a little bit much. Let me change the hair. That's way too much. And actually, it's funny too, because a friend of mine who, let's say, like, isn't very into like a lot of fandom stuff or games or even like D&D board games, just like very normal normie person. Actually started playing Baldur's Gate recently because of it. Now they're like more curious about D&D, and it's just funny to me because they avoided it forever. I don't know how necessarily you were introduced for it, but a lot of people were introduced with Baldur's Gate. Okay, we'll do... I'm gonna have to do a lot of erasing here and blending. The noses always look like freaky. Try and give this a minute. If I have to erase it, I'll just leave it blank. One of your friends wanted you to try it? Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I started way back in the day in high school with some friends of mine. Perfect, alright. Technically, this shouldn't be a pointy chin. If it's not an anime art style, I need to stop doing that. And we're just playing campaign after campaign. Well, that's how it goes, right? It starts off as something small, and then slowly you kind of like get more and more addicted to it. Actually, it's funny. Even before I used to play, I used to like just design characters. I didn't even play with anybody, but I used to just open the book, design some characters, and draw them for fun. That was just like a bunch of my old sketchbooks. Okay, so we'll leave, leave that like that for a little bit. My favorite is my dwarf bard that is tone deaf. Pop. Oh, that's great. Actually, funny enough, I think I'm tone deaf. Not literally, but I like to say I'm musically illiterate. Oh, that's always great. Actually, it's funny, that little sketch that I showed you, the old, one of the very first drawings that I ever did, the like fiery, no, not that one. The fiery lady looking thing was the character of a friend of mine that I tried drawing in here. It was like an elf druid. Yeah, fun stuff. So I have a bunch of people that were doing for this, but the one that I started off, this I accidentally deleted. It's a whole story. I had much more done, but I was an idiot and deleted the canvas, so I had to redraw it. But it's Matara Khan, who's going to be a monk druid mix. That's some fun stuff. Mori Calliope, who is going to be a combination of a warlock, a wizard, and a bard. And then a bunch of other ones, but then Amalee, who's going to be a wizard fighter. I actually went through like all their lore videos and wrote down their abilities, and then tried to research which classes have what so that I can properly match them. I didn't just like pull random crap out of my arse. Maybe I'll slant this out, make little cheeks not that big. Okay. From there, let me move you. Why don't I take this bit and then I can move her to the side. Okay. From here, like what I need to do next is shift the head over because that is not lining up with the rest of the body. So I'm just going to take you and move you over to the left. So what we have here is probably some sort of neck piece, high collar thing. I feel like all of her outfits have some sort of a neck piece. Like even that one, I'm sorry, flash banging. But there's like a big necklace. Actually, here, let me increase the opacity. Big necklace. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. So I could do a big necklace like that. Or there's like the big armor piece necklace thing. And then same thing here, like ties around the neck. So there's got to be some sort of like collar piece. Let me reduce the opacity on this again. So it goes back into the background. Come on, let me schmove you. Okay, if I'm just drawing based off of whatever the hell is in my head right now, this is sort of what I'm envisioning. I have to go to bed. No, it was nice chilling here. You have a good rest of your day / stream. You as well. Thank you so much. Take care, Creative Cookie. We'll see you around. Sleep tight. Okay, so then if I go like this, and so you know that there's going to be armor here, but there'll definitely also be a neck piece. Maybe like a flared collarbone. I feel like that does give Royal Mage like a big flared collarbone. So then we could have some sort of a leathery bit, a leather moment here. Some sort of a corset deal. So if that's the case, I feel like I need to add a little bit more to the hair on the side. I don't know who it is. It's not May, but I'm definitely thinking of like Aquarius or something. Let me erase that bit. Let me pull up some YouTube. We can get some references of some good hair so that we can draw it properly. Okay, let me just gonna tab over here so you guys don't see what I'm doing. Okay. Nothing crazy. Perfect. Let me come back here. Anime. Woman. Let me just see. Can't see anything on the screen, but I'm trying to find what the... Is it like slick back? You know, I'll just look up Aquarius. I'll jump back here. Aquarius fairy tale. Because that's the one that I can think of off the top of my head is where she has her hair straight back. But I'm trying to figure out what it's called so I can look up more people who have similar hairstyles. Okay, interesting. Let's look and see. Because usually they have like a description on the wiki. Appearance. Aquarius resembles a royal blue mermaid. She has long blue fishtail, light blue hair that reaches up to her waist. Okay. It doesn't say what the hairstyle is. God damn it. I'm disappointed in you. Well, then I guess we'll just kind of have to keep going from here. Maybe I'll do some more research on my own time and try and figure out what it is I'm thinking of, because I'm definitely thinking of something. I should hope. I'm not completely head empty. Okay. So erase that excess there. Maybe show less of the ears, because I feel like they're sticking out way too much sideways. I also think maybe I gave it too much like vertical volume on top of the head. You know what? No. We're gonna... No, we're gonna leave it the way it is. Sheshire, just stop touching shit. You're gonna... Stop messing it up. Just leave it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're gonna go back to it later. Need to figure out what's going on here. Okay, because there's going to be some sort of armor here, but in the meantime, let me just erase it so we can have like a bare shoulder look and I can figure out what needs to be added. I feel like we want something maybe here, and then maybe something coming up the arm that's going to wrap around like so. Maybe it's like a high collarbone butterfly pattern or something that we want. Perhaps. So just kind of continue to erase all of these bits. And probably some armor around the waist or some such as well. I'm trying to think. Because we need... That's going to corset. And then there'll be the leg stuff too, but that we don't need to worry about too much. The legs will be like mostly facing forward. There we go. Little lines like so. Ba-da-ba-da. I'll erase because it looks a little fugly. Perfect. Okay. It's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't know why I erased that. You know what? Let me just use the magical undo button to stop my stupid changes. Wizard robes. Maybe, you know what? We're going to look up D&D wizard. I'm going to get some inspiration. So I'm going to do this. And then when you guys come back, you're going to see the Google. D&D wizard. Usually it's like just pretty standard clothing. Okay. So when people think of wizards, and we're looking at like the official references, like that's one of the official ones there. It's really just like a big coat. A lot of people rate the hood, the cloak, some sort of just like regularly patterned shirt. Nothing crazy. Right? A lot of it is literally just like cloaks. Okay. Cloaks, a lot of just big cloaks, a lot of flowing cloaks, that sort of thing, big hats. But I don't want to incorporate a hat into this. So instead, I mean, maybe like a butterfly piece or something, but no. Let's not do that. So we're gonna have like a straight flowing cloak sort of a deal. Where it's just like regular clothing. don't necessarily know if I want a corset for it. So we could have like the regular clothes falling down essentially, and then a bunch of armor towards the top. So let me erase this. Okay. Then also, I mean, technically, if we have a cloak like that, it would be... Maybe it would be like a button-up. Right? And then, like, sleeves and collars and the like. So, like, a layered button-up, perhaps. We want, like, a big cloak, then. Perhaps. So we can do an armored leg. I know that for sure. 100% no matter what, we're doing an armored leg. So let's do that. It's fine. Ignore that. And then maybe something similar to that where we have the long dress flowing, but instead it'll be maybe like a button-up cloak or some sort of like button-up here that ends around the neck, and that's where it flares up, and then we have the armor as well. Right, I think I'm starting to kind of figure out where we're headed with this. Let me erase this book. I'll deal with you later. Okay. So then, if I do this, let me look at the armor. Okay, a lot of lines, a lot of something like that. No, we're changing the music. That's enough of that. It's starting to get on my nerves. No, thank you. No. 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 You know what? This is fine. This is a little bit better than before, I think, at least. I think so. Maybe. You know what? Okay. Let me just make sure that you're all okay. Everyone's still alive. I haven't done something horribly, horribly wrong in the meantime. Twitch still alive. Perfect. Kick, you're all still alive. Perfect. Red site. Everyone's still alive here. Okay, that's perfect. Grand. So if I go back to Mr. OBS, there we go. Everything's working fine. So let's do some kind of armor. So a lot of like rings, necessarily some ornaments, filigree, or kind of arches. And there we are. Maybe it thins out towards the bottom. And then I could, you know, probably fix it or warp it or some such, but I can add like little winged filigree ornaments, technically. Just little bits and pieces like that. Okay. It's fine. And then from there, maybe almost like a butterfly shaped. Let me erase this in the kind of the pattern of a butterfly. It'll still be like a round armor plate, but, or like a knee guard. However, I have some input here. There we go. And then I can erase this. A lot of this is like details that I'm going to do later. A lot of like very small ornamentation, but I'm just doing like a sketch. Today is a very sketchy stream. Just so I figure out where the stuff goes. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So then, in the meantime, the bits and pieces that we want to trail off, I can add that here. Kind of dress slash coattail sort of thing. Bow, 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 bow. There we go. Yeah, no, I need to figure out how that pattern is sort of gonna look. So if I started off, maybe something like this. There we are. Ba, ba, ba. I feel like that kind of does work a little bit, and then if we can add maybe like a tiny piece of metal, it looks much more like a breastplate. I think that actually works, and then we can add some details and stuff here to the robe if we want, but that doesn't really change anything too bad. Maybe some butterflies and such. There we go. Now it's only a question of, do we want to have like armor around the waist too? Because if we're doing this dress bit as well, technically that would fall down to like here. Okay. Like a big neck piece almost. It's going to flare up wide, like so. Okay. I might change the collar a little bit. It's not the final. None of this is final yet, but it's a lot of just figuring out what I want to do. Maybe there'll be more hair up, maybe there won't be. I could undo this. If I don't like it, we're just trying things out. No, you know what? No, absolutely not. I like the flowing hair much better. Perfect. Then in the meantime, this like butterfly pattern thing on the shoulders. Da -da 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 -da. Do I have armor here as well is the question. But she does. I don't necessarily know if I want that though, because this requires her to be able to move a lot if she's like a wizard fighter, so I can't have something like the big bulky chainmail from her lore, but I can still take inspiration from it. It's like those sweeping bits. In reference in here. Okay. So let's do some work on this. Kind of focus on the face just a little bit. There we go. I'm thinking in my head and I should be thinking out loud. I'm sort of really just debating because something seems off with the face and I feel like it's just because it's not finished. A lot of it is going to be the hair and I need to balance the hair and the neck piece and all that because you really need to balance out everything here or else it's going to be way too much. So I'm really trying to like increase the volume on the hair somehow. right? Like so. There we are. See, there does seem like there's something wrong with the hair. I feel like it is the hair, because if I just do her like bang stuff, it's fine for the most part. Because then it balances this stuff out a little bit more. But I do want to have some level of comb over. So I'll take a look at her winter outfit, because that does have a little bit more volume just compared to the others. Hmm. Where'd it go? I thought I had it. Where in the hell did it go? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? It should be here. Anytime now. Come on. Gonna find you. I swear to God. Oh, there we are. I'm just blind. I'm blind and stupid. Forgive me. So let's ditch this site for a second. I can always return to this hairstyle, but we're going to try something else. That's right, a lot more volume. But I also have to keep in mind the art style. There we go. Smaller eraser, because that's way too big. Interesting. So, like, the volume and shapes and stuff is definitely more with what I had in mind. However, the actual execution is not the same. Which is more me. That just says more about me, if anything. So maybe, what if I cut down on one side and leave the other side kind of big and voluminous? Maybe it's because maybe I should lean more into the other side, like add more hair coming out this side here. Let me remind you. So maybe instead I can have the hair falling behind the ear, so it's not going over the face as much, which means it's still kind of combed back. It's not the same thing as regular art style, but I can still have a little bit of that comb over look. Right? Maybe. I don't necessarily know if that works or not, but Or maybe it's like a headpiece or something that's going to make the difference. Because I said no originally, but what if... Sort of... I'll figure out something. Alrighty. And then there's like earrings of some kind. That's the rough sketch. Okay. You know what? I know it's only been a short while, but I think maybe we'll end it there for today. Let me just look and see, and I can continue working this some other time. I'm just kind of debating and seeing where we are right now. Because I'm going to keep these a little bit more consistent, but I might have to shorten them to do so. But yeah, you know what? I might call it there for today. Okay, let me just see. Unfortunately for those on YouTube and Kick, I can't raid into anybody. I'm waiting for the day. I'm waiting for the day where I can be like, I can actually raid into somebody for y'all. Fortunately, I can't. On Twitch, let me see if there's someone that we can jump into. Let me see. Is there anybody? I don't see anybody that I know. Let's see, maybe anybody that's drawing, but I also... No, maybe we'll just end it there for today. You know what, we'll just end it here for today. Thank you everybody for stopping by. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you all later. My name is Sheshire, the Devil Not So Funny Jester. Bye.